What world are we living in? That's a question to ask. And if you ask that question, you might say, well, we live on Earth. This is my job. This is my name, my age. Maybe any of those things would pop into your mind when you just answer the question, what world am I living in? But there's two worlds that you're really living in. You're living in this form, your body, and you're living in this outer world called the Matrix. Now, how do we connect with the real world, which is our inner space? And it is in learning how to be in the present moment and understanding that every time a thought arises, it creates suffering, or it can create suffering. It can create anxiety. Maybe sometimes it creates excitement. And when that happens, that is a good feeling. Uh, but for the most part, it creates suffering. Now, one of the things that we could do is to understand and learn how to let go of our need for perfection. Perfection is linked into the same vibration as your need to control, your need to control the things in your life. And when we can understand that life has problems and life doesn't need to be perfect, that is the first step to surrendering and letting go of however it is that you're feeling or whatever it is that you're holding on to. So, throughout your day, the next time you notice or recognize that maybe you're trying to uh, create a narrative in your mind or trying to uh, have something go a certain way, or somebody says something to you and something arises within you, uh, take that time to, instead of getting upset that things aren't the way that you want, or getting upset at someone for the way that whatever they said to you, notice your need or reaction to whatever situation that is arising, and how you can be aware that that feeling exists, but you don't have to act upon it. You don't have to listen to it. You can let those uncomfortable feelings come in and let them do whatever they want to do. Let them try to disturb you, but don't let them disturb your peace. Let them come in and let them go. The reason why I wanted to make this video is because I had a situation like that earlier today and I realized that I have a need to make everything in my life perfect all of the time. Everything needs to be perfect. Everything needs to be going great. And everybody needs to be happy with me always, 24/7. And if they're not, then I'm not happy. I'm going to let it make me miserable. And I've been like that for a long time. And I feel like I've been trying to get better about it the last few years, but uh, today I felt like it came up again. And I noticed that perfection, my need for perfection, is the same as my need for control, my need to control things. And the perfection and the need for control, those two things create a tightness in your chest or maybe a tightness in your stomach. And that feeling is resistance, is not letting go, is not being okay with things not being perfect, is not, it's not trusting the universe. It's exactly opposite of that. So when I heard something that it triggered me, I recognized that that was creating a, first of all, a false narrative because it could have been interpreted a million different ways. My mind was just interpreting it as a negative thing. And it also created an emotion within me that I was able to, in that moment, practice what Eckhart Tolle is talking about, which is to observe whatever uncomfortable feeling that you're feeling and let it pass. And after I did, I felt happy in a weird sense, as though, like, why am I even upset about this? Because I was detaching from this world. So when you can practice that, practice being in that separate self, as you keep going along this journey, you'll start to recognize what makes you feel good and what doesn't make you feel good. And if you are in a low vibration, take a look at some of the habits that you may have that don't make you feel good. And that is the first step to bringing yourself into a state that makes you feel better. And also accept the present moment and accept that life is always going to have challenges.